Hey guys, today in this video I wanted to talk what it's like to study for a business degree in Australia, to share my experience with you guys, how it was. And if you guys don't know me, my name is Holan and I moved to Australia to study for a business degree in an Australian university. So I'm from Mongolia, from Ulaanbaatar. I grew up in Ulaanbaatar and later on I moved to Australia to study for a business degree, and I'll share my experience with you guys. So first of all, a little bit about my background, that I studied for a journalism degree right after my graduating my high school. After I graduated, I worked for a content creation and also worked as a journalist, as a writer, and also I worked as a journalist. So for 1 year, I worked in a broadcasting. So literally, I wanted to study for a business degree because I wanted to combine my knowledge of journalism into business. So I chose Australia to study for a business degree. From a young age, it was always my dream to study abroad. So I researched and I found that Australia has a very, very good. So I chose Australia to study. So from an Asian culture to an Australian, to move to Australia was a kind of challenge to me because there was a cultural learning when I came to Australia. And I'm very, very happy to do that because it's for my dream university, and also to better my education and to study for a business degree. Studying as a business degree. What's the most important thing for a student studying a business degree? So we all know that we have the theoretical learning and also a lot of research, and that you really, really need to have the soft skills. You really need to have all the things that you have this communication skills, and also whether or not you are able to give and receive feedback, because you're going to receive a lot of feedback from your work or regarding your learning. So if you're willing to receive a feedback, so that is a huge win for you, because it's very, very important to be able to receive a feedback and improve on that. What I learned is that constructive feedback is better to do it like this instead of doing like this, or if you want to be better, you can do it like this. So Australia has a lot of good libraries that I really enjoy. That the libraries are very, very good environment that I really enjoy to study, and just quite relaxing environment to focus, because it's very, very important, because also the nature, also the environment is very, very uplifting for me. It's very good to walk in even in the cities there is a lot of green that is very good to walk around. So I'm also studying here. Finding friends. Second one is finding friends. I know it might sound like an easy thing to do, or important that you have friends and also a community to rely on when you're trying to do something, when you're trying to accomplish something. So also it's important to get a part-time job or volunteer jobs, because you're receiving all this theoretical knowledge at the university from your learning. So it's very good to apply that in a real life, that you have an experience. So time management. So what it was like me for time management was that studied in university. Because I'm an international student living in Australia, it was very good for me to learn time management skills, because you have all these different things in the day, that you go to the lecture, that you cook your own meal, that you also arrange everything, that in terms of phone bills and also your housing and transport, all those different things are all up to you. That when I was studying as an international student, because all those things is up to you, that there's no one going to tell you to get up in the morning, or there's no one to like cook you dinner in the evening. So you have to really be that person for yourself to do everything for yourself. So for me, that experience was very, very taught me a lot, that in terms of time management, how I manage my time, what things I fill my time with. So me, the first thing was I learned cooking, because it's very, very important to get the nutrients when you're studying, because if you're feeling hungry, you can't really study. So also another thing that was important was I used to work as a part-time. For me, that was a schedule, because I have to spend 10 hours for my individual learning in the lectures, and also another 8 hours on the lecture that I was studying for a business degree as in master's level. So I study for a business administration degree in Australia. So that was for me was, so as a business student, there is a lot of work in writing, in terms of researching, and in terms of a lot of paperwork that you have to write by yourself. So I was literally reading a lot of stuff, because the reading materials that we have to read in a week or in a quarter, it's how we retain knowledge, by reading and writing. So as a business student, it's also important to have a people skills, that if you are good at communicating with people, in simple words, it just means that if you're able to make friends easily, or if you're able to listen actively, that you are not just listening to that person just to respond, but to also understand the context of what that person is genuinely saying. So it's very, very important that you are good at people, that you are good in communicating with people. I would say that try the business idea while you were a student. So if you're waiting for a chance to like start your business or start your business idea when you were after your graduation, it's very, very good while you start your business when you're a student, and able to talk about it with your teachers and the lecturers and ask from their opinions or like feedback on your business plan. So once you graduate, because you are all alone, that you have to do all the learning and all the ideation process alone. So it's very, very important to interact more with your teachers, and also to finding like business partner when you were a student. I think that was very, very important, that you form a friendship when you were a student, because you are like studying because you have the same purpose in life. I studied for a 2-year degree, business student, so it's very, very important to start and think about where you're gonna internship when you were a student. So when do you think about it is that the beginning of your study. You have to start looking for the place to internship, because the internship expression of interest is very, very early, that you have to apply for it 1 year in advance. So it's very, very important to plan in advance that where you're going to internship and what kind of work and what kind of company that you want to work. Finding friends, this one is very, very important. Like you have to have friends to push you, to motivate you, or also like to spend more quality time with your friends. So friends are very, very important, because for me, I'm an international student. I don't have any family members living here, and I don't have any community. So I really, really needed to find friends. So how you do that is just getting out of your shell, that even especially if you're from an Asian culture, you really have to come out of your shell to make friends and to have a community while you're a student, because that is very, very important. So how did I improve my English language? So if you guys wondering that I didn't speak like this when I first came to Australia, I have I understand, I have all the grammar, language, words, but speaking is just requires more practical experience if you want to get better at speaking. So you just get better when you try more. So it's very, very important to try more and speak more, and generally don't be shy. Generally don't be shy, because if you keep being shy, you can't really talk to people or make friends. So it's very, very important to keep coming out of your shell and keep making friends, and don't be afraid to approach people and to talk to people. Don't be afraid. It's one thing that I beg you, that don't be afraid if you're from Asian culture and you're afraid of talking to people. So it's really, really important aspect of adapting your life as an international student in Australia. So Australia has I think also there's you're gonna have a lot of time, because there's a lot of entertainment and a lot of places to explore here, but it's also important for you to plan your time and also to plan your travel, or because I wasn't able to travel when I was a student because of study and work commitments, and I didn't have the chance to explore Australia when I was a student because I was very, very bad at time management. So if only I had managed my time more effectively, if only I had developed that skill earlier, I would have traveled to more places. But I'm still planning to travel to more places. Another thing that's important is time management. So I used to work as a part-time when I was a student, and also at the same time I was studying. So it's very, very important to just time management. So it doesn't get better just after one day. You get better by experience. That's when you're trying more. So it's very, very important to not give up, even if you're really, really bad at your time management. I used to work as a part-time, and also I used to study. So there was a lot of commitment in my time, and also my schedule was packed. And also I needed to improve my English. Also I needed to work out to stay healthy. Also I needed to cook for myself, and also finding friends and make time for friends, and all that stuff is you get better by experience, that you don't just get better at just one try. So if you just keep on trying and keep on having that belief that you can do it in your time management, to prioritize what was most important to me, and if I achieve all my tasks with the left time, I would do the other things like making time for friends and also cooking and all that stuff. So for most of my student times, I would just buy food from outside, but that became very, very not cost effective. So it wasn't cost effective. So I really, really needed to learn cooking. So if only I spent 2 hours for learn how to cook and what to buy and also to meal prep, would have the meal and also the savings. So that was very, very important for me. If only I had spent 2 hours on those things, that would have a lot of return for me in the upcoming years. So it's very, very important to time management in terms of what is most important to you. So for me, it was the most important thing is study, of course, to attend the lectures, to do the research, and to write the essays and to write the research. That was the most important thing. So what do I do with the left time that I have a few times left? So I go to my part-time job, and so these are the two most important things, that I'm bettering my people skills when I was in my part-time job, and also I'm getting a real-life experience. What do I do after I do those two things? So I make time with my friends, and I learn and improve my English language. So I think my English is at the same time it was improving, because I was always reading in English. I was always interacting with people. So that was the passive way of improving my English speaking. So I already knew all my grammar, and also all my reading skills were there. But I had to improve my speaking skills when I first came here. So it was very, very important to improve your speaking skills when you're studying in Australia. So another thing that was important was overcoming homesickness. So I used to like miss my home, and I used to talk to my mom every day too, and I was just like crying. But it was looking back at it, I think I developed a resilience that because I have my purpose and I can't keep being sad and like just like looking back to where I was before. So I really needed that growth to be able to adapt to this new place that I moved. So I started to see the beauty, and I started to see what was in front of me, and not just missing how I was before, and not just missing the things that I used to have. And also it helped me that I used to talk to my mom every day, and also my friends. In few months I would contact my friends and to just talk to my friends. So if you're really like missing the people you love there, if you're really missing the people you love there, it's very important to still think that people are also thinking about you, and also just look at it in a better perspective, look at it in a positive thinking that you are doing this for yourself, and also you are doing this, you are trying to achieve this goal. So you have to be really, really honest and loyal to your goal, so you build the resilience for that. So yeah, that was my advice to you guys. So I hope I see you guys in my next video. I'm going to make another advice video for a business student in terms of more professionally. So this was a general video that I made for you. So yeah, thank you for watching my video, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye bye.